Okay, hi guys. Today we're going to do day 2 of polynomials, linear factors, and zeros. Okay, so we're going to talk about sketching the graph now. Before we talked about, okay, how can we identify those zeros, the x-intercepts, what does the multiplicity mean, what does the leading coefficient mean, what is all the end behavior. Now we're going to kind of pull it all together, and we always start with looking at things and deciding what we know. Now, 3 things that we're going to focus on: end behavior, right? Zeros and multiplicity, and also the y-intercept, okay? And at the end, we need to be able to match a graph with a function. Okay, so let's start. I'm gonna there it goes. Okay. I'm gonna get this a little bit bigger. Okay, so let's talk about what we know. So when we're looking at this, we wanna look to see what the degree is. So the degree is 2 plus 2 plus 1. So the degree is 5. So we know that this is odd. And we know that the leading coefficient is 1/2, which is positive. So we know for odd positive, it'll start going down and end going up, right? When it's positive, it's always going to end going up, right? So for odd, it's going to be in opposite direction. So that means it had to start going down. All right. So far we know that that's kind of what our graph does. Now what we're going to do is we are going to look at the zeros and decide if they touch or cross. So this guy has a 0 that is just 0. And we can see that it's even, so it's going to touch. And then this 0 is going to be -4, and it's even. When we say even, we're talking about these exponents, right? The multiplicity. And so we know it's going to touch. But then the last one, -2, only has a 1, so this is odd, so it's going to cross or go through. All right, so let's build our x-intercepts. So 0, 0 is our x-intercept here. -4, 0 is our x-intercept here, and -2, 0 is our x-intercept here. So we know we're going to go through 0, 0, -4, 0, and -2, 0. Okay, so we know that this guy crosses, these two touch. Now we're not going to leave that there, but all right. Now let's talk y-intercept, right? Y-intercept is when you put a 0 in, what comes out, right? Well, if I put a 0 in, I'm going to get 1/2 times 0 squared times 0 plus 4 squared and 0 plus 2, right? Which is just going to be 0. And we kind of already knew that because our x-intercept was 0, 0. So if our x-intercept is 0, 0, we know that it's also going to be our y-intercept. All right, so now we're going to sketch it. Now keep in mind, we're sketching it. We are not making a perfect graph. So we know it starts down and goes up. So we're going to start down here, going down. We're going to come up. We're going to touch. We have to go back up and cross. We come back down and touch, and we go back up. Okay, perfect. Now, if we look, our degree for this function was 5. So we have at most 4 turning points. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we're stoked. All right, let's look at the next one. What do we know? Okay, first we talk about degree. And our degree is 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 1. So again, we have a degree 5, which is odd. Our leading coefficient is -4. So it's going to be negative, which means I will end negative, but odd is opposite. So that means I started positive, okay? So I end negative, so that means I started positive. So those are my end behaviors. Okay, we got our end behaviors now. Now we're gonna look at zeros and what happens at those zeros. So zeros, we're gonna have this guy has 0 and it has multiplicity 1. So that means that it's going to cross because it's odd. This guy is 1. It has multiplicity 2, which is even, so it's going to touch. This guy is 2, and its multiplicity is 1. So that's odd, so it's going to cross. And the last one, let's see if I can squeeze this in. I might have to move that over, is -1. Yeah, let me move that over, actually. Just move it over just a tad. Okay, so the next one is -1, and its multiplicity is 1. So that means it's odd, so it's going to cross. Woo, we got a lot. Okay, so now let's look at our x-intercepts that are related to those zeros. So this is going to be 0, 0. This is going to be 1, 0. This is going to be 2, 0. And this is -1, 0. Remembering that intercepts are written as points. So we have 0, 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, and -1, 0. Wow, we got a little squishy graph, don't we? Okay, we know that this guy is going to, so we're going to cross at 0, 0. We're going to touch at 1, and we're going to cross at 2, and we're going to cross at -1. All right, so let's talk our graph. We said we're going to start going up. So we start going up. Oh, by the way, our y-intercept is the same as our x-intercept because our y-intercept, again, is 0, 0. And you can also find that by just substituting 0 in because it's not always going to be 0, 0. And so we would put 0 in and we would get that value. Okay, so we're going to come here and we're going to start going up. We're going to come down and we're going to cross. We're going to cross. We're going to come back down and touch. That's really horrible. Let me rewrite this because I look like I'm going on a... Oh. Okay, so we're going to come from above. We're going to cross, cross, come down and touch. Have to go back and cross. There you go. So yours could be different, obviously. You could have went lower on your turns or higher on your turns because this is not a perfect graph. This is what's called a sketch, okay? And the important things are that we cross and go through the intercepts and that our end behavior is correct. For example 2, what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to pick which graph would match the function that we are given. So let's just first look at degree. So this is 1, 1, 2. So this is degree 4, which is even. So that means they have to go the same direction. Well, you can see on C, it's going in opposite directions. So we're going to throw that one out, okay? Also, this leading coefficient is negative. So it's going to be going down, down. But you can see how both A and B are also going down, down. So we're going to have to look at the zeros. So let's look at the zeros. So the first 0 that we have is -3, and it's odd multiplicity. So it's going to cross. So -3 crosses here and -3 crosses here. So far, so good. Both of them are the same. The next one is 4, and it's odd. So it's going to cross. So at 4, it crosses. Oh, at 4, it touches, right? Do you guys see that? So this guy is trash. So our answer is going to be B, and we could have looked one more place. This is 1, and it would have touched because it has an even multiplicity, and you can see at 1 it touches. So, okay, you guys, I hope this helps. Take care.